I come from a football background as well. You got to learn your playbook before you get in the game. You don't know your playbook, you got to study it.
I always thought of myself as the quarterback that's capable of doing the things I'm doing because you're my lineman that keeps me safe.
Love you too, my friend.
Welcome to the Agent Who Agent podcast. I'm here with a very old friend of mine that I love very much, Matt Raisner. Probably one of the best agents in the entire country, and an incredible human.
Appreciate that, my friend. Appreciate you having me on today.
Yeah, so we started basically at the same time. I started a couple months before you in the industry. In no way were we, business partners at the time, but we got to learn from each other and grow with each other. And then, what was it? About a year and a half, 2 years ago, 2 years ago, we finally got to kind of merge together and become business partners, and it's been amazing for both of us ever since, don't you think?
Absolutely. Just getting started as well.
Yeah, just getting started, helping more people every day, building our teams together. So
absolutely. That's been a great run. Learned a lot from being beside you, even if we weren't business partners officially. Definitely a lot of lessons learned and directness that's helped me grow in this industry and become a better man, better father, better insurance agent. So appreciate you being in my life, my friend.
Same thing. We just went on a vacation together and got to spend a whole week together, and just your smile was probably my favorite part of the vacation.
Appreciate you, my friend.
Yeah.
Your friendship definitely means a lot. You and your wife, definitely y'all mean everything to me.
Good.
You don't get to say this enough when you have people around. Sometimes we don't give our roses till too late, but it's great being in your universe, my friend. It's funny because I actually used you as an example when I was talking to my team today, and just how we actually think the exact same with 99% of things as we start talking on them. But based off of our experiences, you come from no corporate background at all.
Right.
I come from a corporate background, so we might think the exact same. I have a filtered approach coming from that corporate background.
You have that HR filter.
HR filter coming through, and what I've always respected and appreciated about you is you are absolutely the most direct person I've ever met in my life. Sometimes, it's in those moments, it's like, yeah, he's right. It's never something that's over the top. It's never something that isn't needed. It's like, yeah, he's right. He's the most honest person with me. Everybody else would lie to me. So you don't get that much in life.
I think we make, one of the reasons we make such good business partners is that you do come from that background. So it reminds me sometimes, maybe merge that. Let's not get sued. Right.
Oh, you've grown over 6 years as well, but no, I appreciate it. I think, one of my favorite conversations, it wasn't even long ago, I got plenty of them. But I remember when we were talking about how do I help that agent, how do I motivate them, how do I get that agent to perform like you or I would, put her back in the corner and figure it out type of mentality.
Right.
It's like, love them like a father. And that's really hit home with me this week as well. It's because, if you care about somebody, you're not going to bite your tongue with them. You're not just going to allow them to get in their own way. You're going to speak your mind. It's going to be uncomfortable conversations.
My mother taught me to be a student of leadership, like a student, always learning, right? And I was having a conversation with somebody the other day, and they said, well, what does leadership mean to you? And that was the answer. It's it's fatherhood, right? We talked about this, 6-9 months ago or whenever it was when we were having that conversation. If it's your son, if it's your daughter, what do you do? What would you do if it was them? Would you allow this behavior? No. Okay. Well, then that's leadership. And then also, what's our goal with our children? To be better than us.
Absolutely.
What do we have to do to make sure because that's when you failed as a father. When they're 25 or 30, if they're not better than you were at 25 or 30.
Absolutely.
And that, to me, that's fatherhood. And to me, that's leadership.
Absolutely.
And some people don't want to be led. Some people don't want you to be their father. And that's okay. God bless you.
You need my help?
Yeah, bye. Right? Coach them up, coach them out, coach them up, coach them out. One of the two. But if we're coaching them up, you're my son, or you're my brother. Like I'm not gonna let you fail. You're not gonna let me fail.
You're gonna let me know when I'm messing up, and
you're gonna let me know when I'm messing up.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Agree 100%.
And then your talents are so far removed from what my talents are, which is why I always wanted to bring you in as a partner in this, because you have the ability to teach things that I'm not capable of teaching, because I don't. It's contrary to my personality, or I had such a charmed career when I came in because I went in a direction no one had ever gone in before, that I didn't learn a lot of those fundamentals, and you were always there for me to lean on, even before we were partners on it, for me to lean on and go, hey, you had to do it the old-fashioned way. You had to, your grind was different than mine. To me, your grind was harder than mine. And so it ended up becoming a reflex I never learned. And you were always there to be that mentor for me and for my team back then, which is now our team. And so, love you, man. I appreciate you.
And honestly, you helped me realize talents I don't even realize I have. I mean, when you put that video together 5 years ago of me cold calling the first 30, 90 seconds or whatever.
Right.
As I've watched that probably more than anybody else has watched that, I think there's like 10,000 views on it. I was like, I'm probably 500 of those views. Because I'm watching even you break down what I'm doing. I'm like, he articulates that in a way I don't even think. I just do that. I'm not even thinking about it. The way he listened, analyzed, and articulated it is in no way that I could explain it to another agent. I think my gift as far as learning how to have the conversations is, I come from a football background as well. Like, hey, got to learn your playbook before you get in the game. You don't know your playbook, you got to study it. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna take this step, and I'm gonna take this step and this step. That's where I think frustration comes in, when somebody's not willing to put the classroom work in that it takes to, get on our metaphorical field and get ready to talk to people about their health insurance. Because we both knew what this opportunity was. I had the best mentor early on, watching you 6 months into your career, just getting started, highly motivated, highly still trying to figure it out. We didn't know what we were doing then. Might not know now.
Right. I still feel stupid.
But just being able to see it. Look at this guy. He came in 6 months, never worked in an industry like this, figured it out, already one of the top performers. So I was like, anything this guy tells me as advice, I'm listening to him.
Yeah, you're awesome, man. I love you.
Could have done without you, my friend.
I'll tell you what, man. I think you started this conversation with, sometimes we don't give those roses. I don't think that's our relationship. We've been giving roses to each other. Sure. I mean, it's like Valentine's Day for 5.5 years with us.
Absolutely. So, no, I agree.
I always thought of myself as the quarterback that's capable of doing the things I'm doing because you're my lineman that keeps me safe. And so I don't know if that's appropriate.
No, it's the similar conversation that I remember having in a hotel room with you and Jamie a few years ago. I know what my talents are. I know what your talents are. And I'm a role player. I'm a facilitator, being offensive lineman, from background. I'm somebody that's not looking for the glory. I'm over there blocking and trying to help others out. Sometimes I'm not the best at writing the play, and that's where you come in.
But you know how
you tell me what to do.
Nobody runs a play better.
I'm going to listen to them and say, yes, coach, I'm going to figure it out and implement whatever you tell me to do, because just like with my team, I'm not going to tell you to do anything that's not going to help grow you, make you a better agent, make you a better person. So if you tell me to do something, it's a yes, sir, let's go.
Yeah, thanks. Well, same with you. I appreciate you.
The only story I'm going to give to bring up with you is, I remember one of my favorite moments with you. I actually had Cody over last night. We were talking a little bit about it.
I miss Cody.
Him and I'll never forget that moment. But it's always frustrating. I'm still trying to figure out how to coach it to that new agent, but I feel like everybody nowadays feels like things are just supposed to be handed to them. It's supposed to be easy. Even if you've had success in past roles or you're good in sales, you come here like, this is going to be easy. Nothing in life that's worth having.
Sales, man. It's,
for sure.
Yeah.
If you ever feel like you're selling what we do, you're doing it wrong.
It's servitude.
Absolutely.
Right? It's servitude to the client. It's servitude to the other agents. It's servitude from me to you. It's servitude from you to me. right? It's just servitude in every direction. Tony and I were talking about that a couple of days ago, and it really, that hit home, right? Like that, it's servitude. But anyways, I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry.
No, you're great. People want it to be easy. That's why they're not willing to do the things that it takes to be successful. But in life, and especially if one's wanting to go down a self-employed route, it's not easy. It's a business. You have to invest in yourself. You have to invest in your business. You have to put the time in. You have to live like no other today so that tomorrow you can live like no other. And I think one of the biggest motivations for me is, even at a time where you're 6 months in, 7 months in, making income at the time where I'm like, man, I would love to be in your shoes.
Right.
You weren't happy with yourself. I remember a conversation where you were in tears because every time you would get a giant check that would be life-changing at that moment for me, it was like, I'm putting it right back in the business. I'm going to keep doing that. I'm going to keep working hard. I'm going to keep putting in the business so that you and I are real business partners on paper together and sitting in this room together. So I appreciate your sacrifices 5-6 years ago, even the sacrifices you made before I even knew you. Yeah. Because those sacrifices turned you into who you are, turned you into that person that I met, turned into the man that I'm seeing before me today. So
thank you.
Not just keep tooting your horn, but
I love
you're a great influence in my life.
I always think of Schindler's List, right? Where at the end, he's, people are saying, well, you look at all the people you saved, and he's like, yeah and no. Like this watch could have saved 2 more people, right? And that's why I always, it's never good enough. Like if we can help one more client, if we can help one more agent, if we can get one more day out of somebody so that they can help one more person, so that they can change more clients' lives, which changes their lives, which changes their children's lives, which changes their grandkids' lives. And it's just always that. It's not about how much money you can make. In fact, take all the money you make today and dump it back into it and worry about next year so that we can build something that lasts generations, so that your kids can come in, right? My kids are already in. Some of them are. And I'm super excited about the next ones. And whether, they don't have to come into the healthy insurance world, right? Because the healthy insurance dude is not me. It's you. It's me. It's Jamie, right? It's not a human. It's not a person. It's an idea. It's a philosophy. It's a way of life. It's a stupid name. If you're going to pick a philosophy, the healthy insurance dude is a stupid name for it, but it just kind of happened. So,
and turned out to be a family. So,
yeah.
No.
Yeah. Well, thanks for being a brother in this family.
I appreciate you, my friend.
Love you, man.
Love you too, my friend.
Have a beautiful day.